Hey, what's up guys, Ayush here from Explore Gadgets. Now I'm still sick, so please don't mind my nasal voice, and if you hear any weird noises, the restaurant next to me is having a party. So without any further ado, let's get this started. Xiaomi's Redmi series has been widely popular over the past few years, offering devices with incredible specs to price ratio. While in the past most manufacturers experimented with providing powerful specs at an expensive price, recently the trend seems to have shifted towards offering better build quality and premium aesthetics as well. So today I have with me the brand new Xiaomi Redmi Note 3 Pro. I've used this device for over a month now, and it goes without saying that this is Redmi Note 3 Pro after a month. Let's get started. Now this particular model that I have is the 3GB variant with Snapdragon 650 chipset along with 32GB of onboard storage. Coming just under $250 in most market and just under $200 in India, Redmi Note 3 Pro seems to be an overkill judging by its specification sheet. This incredible full metal unibody further adds to its classy design despite being offered at a budget rate. And thanks to its smooth matte finish, the body does not attract fingerprints. Coming to the front, we have a beautiful Full HD resolution stretched across 5.5 inch of IPS display with a very slim side bezels. The display produces sharp and punchy colors. Moreover, sunlight visibility is also decent with good viewing angles. I really like the slightly elevated glossy rim along the front edge, which will protect the phone from being scratched when it is face down. An interesting design choice in my opinion. Now, but since there is no specified form of protection to the screen, I was a bit concerned about its safety, although it did handle small drops quite well. And oh, before I forget, let me mention that watching movies and videos is an absolute pleasure with the Redmi Note 3. To further aid to better media consumption, the speaker is kept sufficiently loud. It does quite well at both high and low ends. However, the speaker placement at the back is somewhat of a design issue. It can easily get covered while holding the phone and suffers while the device is faced up. But all in all, both the display as well as the sound quality outperforms given its incredibly low price tag. Now talking about the ergonomics, the device feels good to hold with one hand. Furthermore, the volume and power buttons are placed ergonomically. However, the device is slightly edged towards the thicker side, but I can definitely look past that for the huge 4000 mAh battery. While we're on this topic, battery life in my test did pretty darn good. In a looping video playback test, it lasted over 15 hours. On my moderate use, it gave me around 1.5 days, and using it for one full day even on heavy uses wasn't a problem. On the other side, you do have an IR blaster, which is very handy for controlling electronic devices at home. Now coming to the back, we have the fingerprint sensor along with the perfect intuitive placement. The fingerprint sensor is really good. It's very fast, responsive and snappy. The 16-megapixel camera is kept above the fingerprint sensor. The rear camera does disappoint in low light. The pictures taken in such conditions had a lot of noise in it. On the contrary, camera performance in better lighting conditions were good. Although the accuracy of colors, saturation, over-sharpened images can be somewhat of an issue, honestly the camera is acceptable for the price tag, but it most certainly can be improved. Now talking about the video, Redmi Note 3 can record up to 1080p footage at 30 frames per second with the default camera app, although 4K is supposed to be supported with Snapdragon 650. I felt the footage was somewhat decent. You can clearly feel the lack of proper dynamic range and software over-sharpening. And also the 5-megapixel front shooter is good for occasional selfies. Now, similar to most other smartphones in this category, Redmi Note 3 Pro also features a hybrid SIM tray, meaning you can easily pop in a nano SIM card and choose between whether a SIM card or a micro SD card on the second slot. Now moving on to the performance, Redmi Note 3 Pro did really good considering that the specs demanding titles like Asphalt 8, Mortal Kombat 5 ran smoothly. There has not been any heating issues so far, although basic warming of the device is pretty normal with graphic intensive tasks. Now Redmi Note 3 Pro is running Android 5.1.1 with MIUI 7.3, which has been reworked from ground up. Compared to earlier versions of MIUI, version 7 is certainly more likable and polished. It's smooth in most cases and multitasking is good. However, there are a few occasional minor lag here and there. One minor dissatisfaction I would say is the memory management despite the 3GB of RAM. Though these lags were not so noticeable and probably wasn't a major hiccup, I'm really hopeful that Xiaomi will fix this with future updates. For day-to-day tasks, overall user experience with the Xiaomi Redmi Note 3 Pro is really snappy, fast and feels great. At the end of the day, for the price it comes in, it's amongst the best phone you can buy right now. I might even go to the extent by saying that the Redmi Note 3 Pro is an almost perfect budget smartphone, just like the S7 was the almost perfect flagship. I will leave the link in the description just in case you want to check out the S7 Edge after a month review. So that was my experience with the Redmi Note 3 Pro. Now I hope this video helped you to make an informed decision in case you are aiming to buy one for yourself. However, the major con with this device is the unavailability, limiting you from buying the phone whenever you want. So do check out the links in the description for pricing, discount coupons and availability. That's all for this video guys. Subscribe for more contents. This is Ayush signing off. Have a great day.